everyone, it's Milmel here and I am back for the closing stages of this all-out war number 3. This is act number 3. This will be the concluding few stages, I assume, of this little series going. You win yourself a Chad. Now previously we had the Sherry, who was also alert in the previous act. Now we've got the 4-star Chad, who is another alert. I will check him out at the end after we get this, but we're going to start off here with the same team I've been using for the last few stages, so stages 4 and 5, which is led by Morgan there, Jesus, Chuck, Molly and Shiva. Now, like I said in the previous video with the other 2 stages before this one, these guys are really effective in the fact that they've got a large AP boost from that leader skill of Morgan, and all are very fast AP recharge rates, so it just makes them go off very quickly. And then in regards to their rushes, they got very handy rushes. Jesus has a heal and hit, Shiva is a big hitter at 800% there, Chuck is a hit and disable, and Molly of course heals, so it has a bit of a mixture, and Morgan is also a healer, so we have a few bit of a mixtures in there. We've got 3 healers and then we've got about 3 big hitters, so it makes it fairly easy in regards to these stages. I was told these stages were very hard, so I sort of overpacked, I think, and I'm wanting to get through them just purely because I want to move on to the gear events and get some gear to upgrade my 5 stars to tier 4 and things like that. So all I'm doing here, I do have also, I forgot to mention, Denise is the ally there who gives the plus 16 crit, and I believe it is a bit 20 HP. She's just another healer to throw in the mix. Throughout these stages I was sort of trying to keep the ally in regards to a melee, so they're getting the benefits of Morgan's leader skill, which gives a plus 30% defense and a large boost to AP. Denise then gives another plus 20% HP, and then the 16 crit, I think I may have said Morgan said HP instead of AP, but he gives the boost to AP, not HP. That is Denise's area of expertise. Now we'll just keep going through these. All I'm basically doing is hitting the outsides with the tear gas there, and that's downing their defense. Usually I would use someone like my Andrea, but I don't have her for this team, so I've got to use the tear gases rather than her rush. And then I'm just making sure when I'm doing it, I'm hitting one line at a time, so one outside line at a time, just so it's not running out and wearing off before I'm able to kill them, because there's nothing worse than using the tear and nerve gas even, and then it runs out before you get to even kill them, and then it just makes things a bit more difficult. So we'll move on to the last stage here. We'll keep with the same team, and we will choose another. Should we double up? No, we'll go Abe. So Abe does the plus 30% HP and plus 30% defense, so it should be another booster to their HP but also their defense, and we're just going to use the same tactic this time, just purely because their rushes go off fairly quickly in these first waves. Like I say, when there's 6 waves, if you're using a combination of the nerve and tear gas vials or the grenades, you only have a limit of about, if you use 2 at a time of the nerve and tear gas, you only have 5 waves in which you can use them. Same with the grenades, you only can have a maximum 5 grenades. So usually with these first waves I tend to wing it in regards to my team just using themselves and trying to get through it, and I use more my smelling salt, so if something goes wrong like it did just there with Molly getting killed, then I'm able to revive them, and then the next 5 stages after I get through that first wave I can start using my tear and nerve gas. Whether I use them separately like I am here, I'm just using my tear gas down their defense, or I use them in conjunction with each other. It works well either way. At the moment I'm not too concerned with the amount of damage I'm getting, so that's why I'm only using the tear gas. If you can save your tear and nerve gas, whether you're using grenades or vials for later stages, it really helps, because sometimes you can double up on them, but in regards to rationing them, because you may not have enough for them for all the waves, like I always say, use 2 per wave in regards to the vials, and then 1 in regards to the grenades, and then in that first wave if you can try and push through it and only use your smelling salts to revive, or replenishes to keep your players topped up so they're not dying. Then you're able to ration them out through that whole of them 6 waves, and you're able to maintain that downing on defense and attack. In this stage I'm only really down in the attack because I'm doing fairly well. And then you've got big multi-hitters like that, so just be wary of that. We have some big multi-hitters in these people stages. The last 4 stages we've had some big ones. They've not only downed our attack, but they've always also left us bleeding. Now 60 bleeding isn't that bad, but if you don't have constant healing, or if you don't have a lot of healers, that can be the one thing that catches you off guard. I do have a lot of healers here. Like I said, we've got 3 healers within my team, and then we've got Abe as the ally. Previously we had Denise, so she was another healer, but 3 in this one, so I'm able to sustain those bleeding rushes and penalties without too much of a hassle. But for people that don't have healers, you tend to struggle that bit more with the bleeding, just purely because you're not able to keep correlating your health and keep maximizing that health and healing yourself basically. So when it gets low, it stays low, and you will eventually run out of replenishes. And that's always the fact. When you don't have healers in your team, it's a bit hard. You got to use a bit of a different strategy, and you got to make sure you're, I guess, minusing their attack straight away. Right here I'm just doing the defense and getting rid of them, just purely because I have healers, so I'm not too concerned with the attack damage they're doing to me. But if you don't have healers, you have to be more heavy-handed with your nerf gas. But just remember, you got to try and stretch them out through them 6 waves rather than using them all in a 1 wave or 2 waves. So try and stretch them out. I've got grindstones in there that also ups your attack, so if you are struggling in regards to your actual damage you're doing to them, then you can use the grindstones for melees in conjunction with also your nerf gas, which will, not your nerf gas, sorry, your tear gas. So your tear gas will down their defense, and then your grindstones will up your defense attack, sorry, will up your attack. So then their defense is down, your attack is up, and you're more likely to be able to do those mass damage and kill them more quickly, which is what you have. So this is Chad here. He deals 300% damage to a line of enemies. 3 enemies regain 50% of their max HP. 75 AP recharge rate, which is that normal. Like I said, he's not overly great as a character, but he's not bad. He does have that specialist skill of command. If you haven't seen that in action there, this is a very handy way of sort of be able to use that and sample it and deciding whether you actually like it. But as always, thanks for watching.